James in a duel, and Jimmy Butler is holding his own. Here, the mid-range pull-up, the roll to the rim, and the finish through contact, and the long two against Anthony Davis. What a performance by Butler. 22 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and played 23 minutes.
Welcome to the
The Larry O'Brien Trophy, it's made its way to the bubble, but will it be presented tonight? That is the question. The Heat are saying, not so fast, my friend. They are up by 4 going into the locker room, and a lot of that is thanks to Jimmy Butler. He has scored or assisted on 38 of their 60 points. Maria Taylor alongside Uncle P, Paul Pierce, Jalen Rose, and Jay Williams. What did you see from Jimmy Buckets in the first half?
Well, his name, Jimmy Buckets, he's been a bucket. It reminds you of the way he played in Game 3 when they were able to win. And it was the action they ultimately got him in that got him to the bucket. I love that right there. He initiates contact, bounces off of him, equals himself out, gets an and one, Jalen another and one, and also him knocking down the three-point shot.
Playing bully ball, also has 6 assists. And he's 6 rebounds and 3 steals. But how about on the other side for the Los Angeles Lakers? So Anthony Davis, you have to find a way to get that guy to play all NBA basketball. But until then, LeBron James is going to hold it down, Paul Pierce. He's trying to get this series over with. LeBron ain't playing with these boys. He out there making that 3 ball. He's trying to get this series over with.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get a little more help. AD and LeBron are playing well. They need some more productivity from the other starters, but I believe LeBron is going to have a big game. AD has to pick it up a little more.
21 points for LeBron. He's 3 for 4 from beyond the arc, and you're right, he's not playing with y'all right now. He's trying to get the 17th championship back to Laker Nation, but Jimmy Butler, again, throwing up stops.
Lakers play 9 players, 4 of them Rich Paul clients. He should get 2 rings.
You can bring up Magic and Kareem, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 times. You could bring up Kobe and Shaq, not 1, not 2, but 3 times. You could bring up Kobe and Pau Gasol, not 1, but 2 times. And they went to the finals 3 separate times. But in the end, what it comes down to is this. Right now, even though they don't have a championship yet, because of the greatness of LeBron James and the greatness of Anthony Davis, we are looking at these guys as arguably the greatest dynamic duo we have ever seen. Now, some people would disagree with that because of somebody sitting a few feet away from me with the greatest, one of the greatest players ever, the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, the one person with the one unstoppable move in the history of the sport, the sky hook. There has been no other that has had one unstoppable move. But the fact that LeBron and Anthony Davis is even a part of the discussion puts things in its proper perspective as to how great they truly are. That's the bottom line. I can't wait to see them tonight. We now welcome in the wonderful Rachel Nichols, sideline reporter for tonight's game on ABC. Rachel, how will the Lakers bring a mindset of desperation to finish this up tonight, even though they're up 3-1? Game 5 on ABC tonight, of course. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, Stephen A. Look, so much of what happens is going to be just how they play on the court. But LeBron has won 16 of the last 17 closeout games he's been in. And he said the mindset and approach is an important part of it. In fact, you will see him on the sidelines after he warms up before the game, taking a minute, closing his eyes and actually being out there with his eyes closed. It's a meditation practice that he's picked up. And he says it's the way for him to get into that mindset of desperation. He said it helps to know that Miami is such a scrappy team. He doesn't have to fake trick himself into thinking, oh, can't give them an inch, because the truth is you can't give them an inch. They will breathe new life into this series. And of course, if any of the Lakers need to convince themselves just how badly they need to win tonight, they can just look down. They are wearing those black Mamba jerseys in honor of Kobe Bryant. Anthony Davis told me they feel like they have to win once they wear those jerseys, that they will let Kobe down if they don't win when they wear those jerseys. And there's no tomorrow, so to speak, for those jerseys, because the Heat are going to be the home team for Game 6. So the Heat get to decide what jerseys they wear, and they've already picked black. So tonight is the night that they wear those Black Mamba jerseys. They'll have another shot at Game 7 of wearing them. But if they want to close this series out while wearing the jersey where they are honoring Kobe Bryant, they know that getting it done tonight is so important, Stephen A. We'll see if they can actually follow through.
That's the beauty of ESPN and ABC. We don't just have one exceptional reporter in Malika Andrews. We've got 2 because Rachel Nichols is there. Thank you so much, Rachel. Rachel, appreciate it. entering today's potential.
If you're not ready to play, listen to him just now. Oh, listen, the Miami Heat are coming to win, right? Their leader, Jimmy Butler, just said it. They're not coming to lose, but the key for me is Duncan Robinson. He had a good game last game, scoring 17 points. He needs to be between 17 and 20 for the Heat to have a chance to win this game.
Wilbon?
Robinson and Hero.
Yes.
Those guys had like B-plus games in the last game, and you're asking them to be better? Yeah. If they want to continue this series, Jay Crowder.
Yep.
I mean, Jay Crowder, Andre Iguodala. I mean, I think tonight is really battle. He's got to be part of the battle.
But here is the discomfort. I'm the junior of this squad. You guys are the seniors. You guys taught me, and I feel like I got to get at y'all about this. I need a star from the Miami Heat tonight. I'm not talking. Y'all are talking about a bunch of dudes who need to do their jobs. Duncan Robinson, 7. Tyler Hero, 18. Bam
That's how they got here, Stephen A.
Wait a minute. How did they get one game? They got a game because a star played like a superstar with a triple-double, 40, 13, and 11. That was Jimmy Butler. You trying to tell me, Magic, they don't need that?
Stephen A., you asking him to do that again?
Yes.
Yes. And now you have a 6'10", 6'11", and AD, Anthony Davis, guarding you.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm asking for it 3 more times.
No, you're not going to get it 3 more times.
But we have to remember something. Miles Leonard helped him out too.
Right.
And Kelly Olynyk.
Yes.
Because they spreaded the court. They're not out there now. Bam is back. Because that helped him to drive. He had lanes because the threat of them shooting a three-point shot.
A bad thought possibly on my part. But they did win their one game without Bam. All I'm trying to say is that if you've got to relegate his role or reposition him to make sure that you have those increments or those elements in your game plan, you do what it takes, do you not?
But Bam is back now. You don't have the same driving lanes you had when Olynyk is out there and when Leonard's out there because they pull the Lakers back toward the three-point line. But, yes, he's the star of the team. When there's a closeout game, in my mindset, myself, Kareem, and James Worthy, we had to take most of the shots or all the shots to try to win that game. Jimmy Butler has to have the same mindset because he's the only player on the Heat.
Mike Wilbon, what stands out most about LeBron James in your eyes?
All of it. That he's well-rounded in a way, and he was early on that way, that takes people longer, that he understood it. It's not just surpassing athletic expectation. It's accepting the fact that these things are accepted of you and then going about it. We always talk about Irvin and his second life, his second career, and it's extraordinary. But at least he had, I'm going to call it a little bit of a luxury. I hope I'm not using this inappropriately, Irvin, that it came a little bit later in your life where you didn't have to worry about certain things in your 20s. LeBron's been doing this a long, long time. I told him not too long ago that I admire him. I went to Akron when he promised those children scholarships. He is paying for their education. And by the way, whatever the number was put out in the release, the money, it's not close to the real money LeBron has committed, the real commitment he's made. So it's all of it. I don't even start with the basketball. Yes, the basketball set up what he's now able to do, just like it set up what Irvin was able to do in the second life. But, man, when you do it this long, like Brian Windhorst said, it's amazing.
Well, we have to remember, Michael didn't have this type of pressure. I didn't have this type of pressure. Larry Bird didn't have this type of pressure. The only basketball player I think could match LeBron's pressure is probably Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when he was Lou Alcindor. But nobody has done more on the court and off the court than LeBron James. And what he has done and what he has created, right, for people that you just talked about with scholarships, but also making sure that people have jobs because of all the businesses that he owns. But on the court, I don't know if there's any basketball player that's had this type of pressure, but also broke through it and exceeded it by a long shot.
I don't deny any of that. One of the things I never hesitate to point out, however, is the path paved for him to such a degree. You and Bird came into the league. The NBA was on tape delay.
Right.
So you ingratiating yourself with the masses and being invited into their homes, per se, went a long way. Jordan taking it to another level. When Jordan first came into the league, he was wearing Nike warm-up suits. had a gold chain around his neck. He wasn't quite Mr. T, but he had a gold chain around his neck. Jordan paved the way in a different sense. Should there be an appreciation for guys like yourself and Michael Jordan for what you were able to do to set the path for LeBron James to take it and swing for the fences the way he has?
Well, you have to remember, Michael Jordan and myself opened the door for athletes to be business people. And that's where we came in, right? With the Jordan brand and also owning now the Charlotte and on and on and on. And the many businesses that I own. But we said you can be more than athletes. And then LeBron took that and just ran with it, right? And other athletes have done the same. But let me say this. Coming to Los Angeles, joining the Lakers, you know how much pressure that was for him to do that because of all the jerseys and the banners that's hanging up in the Staples Center? But this young man said, you know what? That's what I want. I want that type of pressure. And he's lived up to everything that he promised the Laker fans he was going to do, except now he just got to win the championship. He said he was going to take us to the championship. Yes. He's done that. Now he has to win it.
Got you. LeBron James.
The man.
He's the man. No question about it. You know what's next?